here's how I feel about Bitcoin at $122,000 per coin. First, on the upside, obviously I'm thankful for the financial independence I have. The average purchase price of all the Bitcoin I've ever bought is in the ballpark of $35,000, probably inching up a little higher, somewhere between $35,000 and $40,000 right now, but that means I have tripled my entire net worth, at least the net worth that doesn't include things like Prospera stock that I invested in early on and things like that, but that is not liquid, meaning I can't buy groceries with it right now. So I have more than tripled my entire liquid net worth, meaning anything that used to be stocks, bonds, cash, emergency reserve funds for me, whatever. I've more than tripled all of that in Bitcoin. And again, if you hang around for 5 years, I think you will as well, because I think we will more than triple the current price in less than 5 years. But okay, so on the upside, I'm thankful for the financial freedom. I love Bitcoin. It's the coolest thing ever. On the sort of, neutral side, it's boring investing in any asset that's amazing and, relatively large already. Bitcoin's at 122,000 per coin right now. The most recent all-time high was at 124,000, which was about 7 weeks ago. So on one hand, it's like, we're like within 1% of the highest it's ever been in history, but it was basically this high or slightly higher 7 weeks ago. And we've been, we crossed into $100,000 territory in November of last year. I think it was November, maybe it was December. But anyway, it's been quite a while. It feels like, 8 months or longer. Probably 10 or 11 months, depending. It's been 8 months, however long since. I can't remember if the high earlier in the year, it was I think it was in January, it may have been February. But anyway, short take, it's been somewhere between 8 and 11 months that it feels like we're not radically higher than where it's been in recent history. Now, has it doubled in the last 12 months? Yes. So, should everybody be thankful? Yes. But good investing is being bored the vast majority of the time and feeling euphoric a relatively small amount of the time. So I'm still waiting for the euphoria because $122,000 per coin, for me, does not feel euphoric. I'm like, okay, let's get this party started. So as an investment asset, Bitcoin has outperformed everything else over almost any time frame. Anything that involves at least, multiple years. And it's going to continue to do that. But if you're thinking, wow, it's 122,000 and I don't feel euphoric, well, I'm in that same camp. It's hard to feel euphoric if it feels like there's been a lot of sideways grind. Now, according to James Check, things are about to get a lot more interesting because, according to him, and he is my favorite Bitcoin analyst, James Check, he writes the Check on Chain newsletter, which costs $29 per month, and I subscribe because I think it's fantastic. He says the ride is about to get a lot more wild to the upside, but obviously when you have a lot of high, octane upside, it comes with the dips on the downside. So anyway, my advice would be hang in there. I mean, we're either going to get a huge parabolic run because that's what Bitcoin does every so often, or there will be a catalyst that triggers a significant price rise. And, that trigger will result in, the price getting radically higher very quickly, which is going to feel euphoric for some series of days. And then we'll be basically stuck at 150,000 for a long time. Like 1, 2, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. I don't know how long it's going to be, but we'll be at 150 and you'll feel bored. And then we'll run up to 200,000 and you'll feel bored. And then we'll run up to 300,000 and you will feel bored. And it just goes all the way. But thankfully there are periods of euphoria in there. But for this cycle, we're not quite there yet. Even though we're up 500% in the last 3 years, we have not had the sort of huge run, that typically happens about once every 4 years, that makes everyone feel euphoric. So that may be in the cards and it may be soon. Of course, it could dip before that happens. We'll see. But if you're wondering how I feel great overall, but not the dopamine rush that comes when your assets and investments are like radically increasing in price in a very short period of time. But I think that's probably relatively close in our near future. So I'll do some more commentary as I get a chance on what that will look like.